Gold is at an all-time high, so now is the time to go out and chase down your own. Economic strategists all agree investing in and collecting gold is an excellent option in our current state of affairs and future ones. Humans have coveted gold since time immemorial. No civilization, ancient or modern, have ignored its value or use since they knew its existence and its enormous utility. Whether it's the Egyptians, Mayans, Aztecs, all known ancient civilizations made jewelry or tools out of gold, probably far as back as humans have existed. While some might think that humans have only scratched the surface of this rapidly depleting finite resource, the truth is exactly the opposite. The entirety of gold ever mined by mankind amounts to 22,000 metric tons, or 4,885 million pounds, and 3,500 tons, or 7,700,000 pounds, are added each year to this count. If gathered together and melted into a cube, the cube would be 40 feet on each side. USGS estimates that there's over 64,000 tons, over 141 million pounds, left in reserves underground. This means the gold of Earth will be mined out in about 20 years or so. Australia and Russia has 12,000 tons left. South Africa's got 5. Indonesia's got 3,500 tons. North America popularized the gold rush since the 1800s worldwide. USA has had the largest gold reserves and has nearly 31,000 tons, or 6,800,000 pounds, or nearly 1 billion troy ounces left to mine. It means the U.S. in particular will gain almost $4.9 trillion in precious metal wealth in the following 20 years. That being said, Australia, Russia, and South Africa, Indonesia will also be keeping pace with the U.S. China will as well. They had mastery over placer mining for thousands of years. They used to wash every cobble by hand with a scrubber. But if you think Australia and South Africa have the most gold in the world left to be mined, think again. The future economic strategists use gold as a backbone in this crucial time. Those with the most gold reserves will have greater influence over those with lesser reserves. If the 8,100 tons, or the $1.1 trillion the U.S. says they have in reserve, is already further augmented by the new $4.9 trillion from reserves underground, this is a $6 trillion total reserves under U.S. control. Remember when everyone said 20 years ago, we have 20 years left before climate change kills everybody? Besides deposits that are 800 feet to 1 mile deep with test holes indicating world-class intercepts of 10 to 100 ounces per ton, we really only have 20 years of gold mining left on the planet based on estimates of reserves able to be economically feasible to mine. The real question is, once all the gold is mined in 2050, what will that do to the price? Will it be worth $50,000 in 25 years? Finally, and critically important, is the concept of resource conservation. Once all the gold is mined, this finite resource will skyrocket in value, so efforts have been underway to destroy the freedom of miners worldwide. It usually occurs when American mining isn't profitable for politicians, and in '94 a moratorium ended the ability to patent an unpatented mining claim. This was the beginning of end for all miners, as all the patented mining claims that exist are now land for sale, and the laws regarding use of mining equipment on your quote-unquote patented mining claim has always been glass in the eyes of the Supreme Court. This whole ruse is a way to make the price of gold remain steady, and adds further difficulties to an already extremely hard profession. By not allowing miners to mine, the price of gold is easily controlled. Resource conservation is a term used in natural contexts, water, air, soil, etc. Gold is a natural resource, so if a miner is mining for gold, he is obtaining, not destroying, a resource. Gold and silver has 20 more years or so. Lithium and coltan has about 40 years left. Oil is gone in 50 years. Iron and copper has about 200 years left to mine. These facts lead me to believe that mining will only be further regulated, and there will be limits on the ounces of precious metal people are allowed to mine in the future, if not already in some places. This process will extend the existence of the mining industry, but strangle the miners at the same time. I'm positive the amount people will be allowed to mine will be both unprofitable and provide them with barely enough to live, as that seems to be the goal of greedy politician scum worldwide. I don't see people panning anywhere they used to be able to in the Denver metro area. People get kicked out of areas where there are no rules against prospecting, panning, or other forms of mining. It's gotten to the point that some people have taken to panning at night with headlamps to avoid scrutiny. I'm not doing that. We need to stand up to the over-regulation and arbiters of legislation who pass laws to line their pockets and take food out of our families' mouths.